It's time now for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, March 9th, 2016. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. I your 4 o'clock news headlines here on this Wednesday evening. Top story at 4 o'clock is U.S. Special Forces captured the head of the Islamic State terror group's unit trying to develop chemical weapons in a raid last month in northern Iraq, a defense official tells Fox News. Donald J. Trump drew closer to grasping the Republican presidential nomination with his victories in three states Tuesday night, and the chances of party leaders wrestling away from his hand to the contested convention were a bit more on Wednesday. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California, has invited the public to pay respects to former First Lady Nancy Reagan to be in line with her both there Wednesday and Thursday before a burial in the private ceremony on Friday. A North Florida woman is in the hospital after a 4-year-old son shot her in the back while sitting in the backseat of a pickup truck. Just over 4 months after New York County, New York prosecutor closed the sexual assault investigation in the Blackhawks winning Patrick Kane without any charges filed against Kane, the NHL concluded a separate investigation in the matter and concluded. Tehran, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps of Iran conducted a second successive day of missile tests on Wednesday, firing 2 rockets that hit targets over 850 miles away and were capable of reaching Israel. London, the routes that more than 1 million migrants have used to traverse southeastern Europe were effectively shut down on Wednesday, where 4 block nations stopped waving in immigrants partners during northward. London, Buckingham Palace on Wednesday registered a work complaint to the UK's press watchdog said a tabloid newspaper article claiming Queen Elizabeth II back Britain's exit from the European Union was inaccurate. Cairo, Riyadh, a Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen said on Wednesday it had exchanged prisoners of its Houthi opponents and also welcomed a pause in campaign in the border, prompting the hopes of a push to end the year-long war that has killed some. Erbil, Iraq, a captured Islamic State operator has spilled details of the terrorist group's plan to use weaponized mustard gas in Iraq and Syria, U.S. officials said. Jerusalem, Vice President Joe Biden called violent attacks like the one that killed an American tourist in Togo and condemned the Palestinian attacker. Pyongyang, North Korea. North Korean state media showed off a photo of what it says that's later Kim Jong-un with a nuclear warhead small enough to fit on a ballistic missile. Damascus, Syria. The Pentagon revealed a recent U.S. airstrike possibly killed an Islamic State war minister known as Omar the Chechen with a $5 million bounty on his head. For Donald Trump to had come down to the land of the hanging cloud twice to win the Republican nomination, he must beat Marco Rubio in Florida. In Kansas City, a man caught after man had charged in fifth killing. In Baltimore, court records show both numerous school police officers charged with assault have records. Find the Indian others that face a new council in Oregon standoff. Washington. The Republican National Committee filed 2 lawsuits on Wednesday demanding access to Hillary Clinton's records when she served as Secretary of State. New Orleans. A storm system moving in front of the southern United States has killed at least 1 person in Texas and forced evacuations in Louisiana. United Airlines added a seat at each of the company of airlines. Several of the 177 going from 9 states across the 10. Consider this just the latest in airlines industry consider march toward adding as much capacity as possible. The bull market celebrated 7th birthday today as the real accomplishment for President $16 trillion in pockets of investors. U.S. air travel for this year's spring break is expected to jump 3% over last year, set a new record according to trade group of the nation's airlines. San Francisco, along with it, and much rumored move Amazon and official going into the air freight business with an announcement that the Seattle online retail has signed a 5 to 7 year lease for 20 cargo planes. In West Newbury, Massachusetts, a 40-day say a man has died and 3 firefighters been injured in the West Newbury house fire that is likely caused by an electrical malfunction. The flames broke out around 7:15 a.m. on Tuesday. An elderly man's body was found inside a home. Officials have confirmed his identity, but he's believed to be the homeowner. Pittsfield, Western Massachusetts, the man accused of stabbing his pregnant girlfriend and had been committed to a state hospital and will undergo a court-ordered mental health evaluation. Bethesda, Maryland, Lockheed Martin Corporation announced a 1,000 job layoff, voluntary layoff program to reduce employment in its aeronautics division. Stratford, Connecticut, Sikorsky Aircraft has been awarded a $387 million contract to manufacture 35 UH-60M Black Hawk helicopters of the U.S. Army. Okay, the stock market is down, up 36.26 points at 17,030.36. S&P 500 up 10 at 1989.26, and Nasdaq up 25.55 points at 4,674.38. Two teams of scientists have come up with to create new ways to help people with vision problems regenerate their own eyes. As in one experiment, researchers developed a new surgical technique that resets powerful stem cells in one eye to replace eye. Repair. Surgery. Skygates was founded in Indonesia, hoping to see a total solar eclipse, and must were rewarded with breathtaking views of the event. NASA's InSight mission to Mars is now slated for late 2018 launches. The women who received the first uterus transplant performed in the United States suffered a sudden complication that forced surgeons to remove the organ at the Cleveland Clinic announced on Wednesday. Billerica, Massachusetts, Los Angeles, a health official on Wednesday commended Chipotle Mexican Grill and corporate handled its norovirus infection in Boston area restaurants and employees, preventing more problems by calling in sick revenue report. New York is planning this for Zika virus tested in pregnant women who had unprotected sex with a partner who had been traveled to a Zika infected area, the state's health department said on Wednesday. The Legal Laboratory Committee turned on the Senate on reliable blood clot tests on at least 81 patients, according to an article by John Carrier and Christopher Weaver in the Wall Street Journal. Take a look at New England insert. It meant for Massachusetts at 300 Boston Avenue, a working fire at UD Command. Reported all visible fire, knocked down crews overall in an attempt. Benson for brush fire, Route 7 and Corso Drive. Crews had a wind-fed brush fire, unknown size. And in Lawrence, Massachusetts, a brush multiplier went in the block of Vanderbilt Street. Crews are seen with a major brush fire, which did it. Unknown size of attempted crews used to detect friends. Peter Childers on 4:07 p.m. Time out for Sports Report. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be at the Garden, taking on it. Memphis Grizzlies game time, 7 o'clock. The NFL is all about quarterbacks and free agency. No ship. Its new NFL league year begins Wednesday. The QB market is expected to take shape as Brock Osweiler reported agreed to deal with the Texans, while Matt Forte agrees to deal with New York Jets. After the trade, Pistons rescinded their trade with the Rockets. Donatas returned to Houston. Marcus Thornton, however, ended up getting waived. NFL free agency if it began at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, but there's plenty of news to catch up on before players are allowed to start signing contracts. Peter Childers News now 8 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon, going on the Wednesday evening, and it is time now for a travel report. Baby! Let's take a look at what's down there. We're 95 minutes southbound side, so from Technology to downtown Providence. 146 in the southbound side, sold before Route 95 in downtown Providence. 95 minutes southbound side, it is sold from Route 10 in Cranston all the way after Route 37 in Warwick. 95 in the northbound side, also after Route 37 in Warwick. Jamestown to Newport and Mount Hope Bridges are looking good. 130 in the westbound side, also on Route 1 in North Kingstown. 130 in the westbound side, good accident on the eastern end of the westbound side of the Newport Bridge. And in the Cape, 20 in the northbound side, also around the Bourne Rotary, but otherwise 20 and 6 are looking good. 20 is looking from Bourne to Falmouth, 6 looking from Sagamore to Sandwich and Orleans, and Bourne and Sagamore bridges are looking good. 24 in the southbound side, also after Route 495 and right in between Route 44. Route 129 on the northbound side, so the range is split all the way after Route 24 in Canton. 24 in the southbound side, so after Route 120 in Canton. 120 in the southbound side, so for Route 37 to the Braintree split. Route 3 in the southbound side is sold from the split to Route 18 in Weymouth. Southeast Expressway in both ends is sold from the Mass Pike all the way up to the Braintree split. Mass Pike on the eastbound side sold from the Austin Barrett Tolls all the way to Pruitt Tunnel. Mass Pike on the westbound side sold from Pruitt Tunnel to the Austin Barrett Tolls. Mass Pike on both ends is sold from Southeast Expressway all the way out to Logan Airport. 93 in both ends is also in downtown Boston. Mass Pike on the westbound side sold from Brighton and Newton. 93 on the southbound side, so from Somerville to Zakenbridge. 93 on the northbound side, so from Zakenbridge all the way at the Bedford. 120 on the southbound side, also from Waltham to Route 9 and Wolseley to a couple of accidents on 120 southbound between Route 20 Waltham and the Mass Bank, so expect some delays. Mass Bank on the westbound side, so after Route 120 on the west all the way at the 8 around Route 9. 120 on the southbound side, so from Denham all the way after Route 1 in Norwood. 128 on the northbound side is so from Route 20 Waltham all the way after Route 28 in Woburn. Route 120 on the southbound side, also from Burlington Stretch all the way down to Route 3. Route 2 on the eastbound side, after around the Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge on the westbound side, so expect some delays. 495 on the southbound side, also after the Mass Bank in Westburn Hawkland Stretch. 120 on the northbound side, also after Route 1 in Peabody all the way at the Beverly. Route 3 on the northbound side, so from 62 to Burlington all the way up to Billerica. 495 on the northbound side, also around Route 3 in Lowell. 495 on the southbound side, so after 93 in Lowell, all the way after 3 in Tewksbury. 495 on the northbound side, also around the Lawn stretch to the next turn, 495 on the northbound side before 213 in Methuen. 93 on the northbound side, so from 495 in Lawrence all the way to 13 in Methuen. Circumference Highway and then after we get an accident on 3A, so expect some delays. Up in Manchester and Hampshire. Highways in Worcester and vicinity are looking good. In Springfield vicinity, I-91 on the northbound side, so for Route 57 in Agawam all the way to 291 in Springfield. 91 on the southbound side, also from Windsor all the way to downtown Hartford. I-84 in both ends also after I-91 and Hartford Connect. 91 on the southbound side, so from East Hartford all the way to Newington. I-84 on the westbound and east southbound side, so after Route 8 in Warbury. 95 on the both ends, so from West Haven all the way to before I-91 in New Haven. 95 on the northbound side, so from Sanford all the way after Route 8 in Bridgeport. Wilbercross Parkway, so from Greenwich to Stanford doing an accident on 15 northbound side in New Canaan, and then hit brakes again after Route 7 in Norwalk all the way at the Westport, and then hit brakes again from Bridgeport all the way up to Route 8. Highways and byways, New York City, slow go. And in Albany, 77 on both ends, also around the 3 in South Albany. But otherwise, Albany and vicinity highways are looking good. New York State 3 is looking from New York to Buffalo and via Erie. And up in Northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good on this. Wednesday evening here. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts. Looking at MBTA alerts. Someone announced the Fox Twister model delays due to traffic. Commuter Rail. Middleware train 017 3:43 p.m. outbound at Sparta substation is operating 15-20 minutes beyond schedule, and on the ferry they are looking good. Peter Cello News Time is now 4:13 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon, and it is time now for a weather report. And what a wonderful Wednesday it was. It's a warm temperatures. Boston got up to 74 or 75 degrees today. It was a warm Wednesday, so everybody, including yours truly, broke out the shorts because it was a warm one in store. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, increase cloud low about 53 degrees and southwest with about 8 miles an hour. For Thursday, rain likely by after 5 p.m. Cloud skies about 600 degrees and southwest with about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Precipitation 6%. New precipitation less than 10 minutes possible. Thursday, rain patch back up to 9 p.m. blowing at 44 degrees and calm wind becoming northwest wind 5 to 7 miles an hour. Precipitation is 1%. New precipitation 3.5 to 3/4 inch possible. For Friday, chance of rain may before 10 a.m. Patch back before 8 a.m. was. Cloud skies gradually becoming most night skies about 57 degrees and north with about 69 miles an hour. Precipitation 30%. New precipitation less than 10 inch possible. Friday night, most clouds skies about 34 degrees and northwest with about 6 miles an hour coming calm after midnight. Saturday, Sunday, clouds skies about 50 down to about 44 degrees. Sunday, clouds skies about 58 degrees. Sunday night, chance of showers after 3 a.m. Most clouds skies about 39 degrees and precipitation 30%. Monday, chance of showers, most clouds skies about 51 about 40 degrees, precipitation 50%. Tuesday, chance of showers, most clouds skies about 55 about 43 degrees and precipitation 35%. And for Wednesday, clouds skies about 58 degrees. Truly, here, not in its fair skies, and it's 67 degrees and a humidity of 39%, and it is fair skies, and that's me for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news, and it's March 9th, 2069, a Wednesday evening. Have a good evening with goodbye. See you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. Have a good evening.